Would you look at that? Time for a league. It's been a minute. It's 2025, I believe. That's the year. And the last league race was the beginning of 2024. So it's been a full year since we've had league. But here we are. Brand new layout, brand new teams, brand new comms. I am Fear Agent, and joining me today is the one, the only, Claire Mouse. Claire Mouse, how you doing?
Yo, Fear. Oh, so great to be back here. I cannot believe it's been a whole year since was actually the league finals, right? So the first game of the league in the playoffs or the regular season was way long ago. But I'm so glad. I'm so excited. We're all back for a new season of League Season 7, as you mentioned. You know, we got some new teams. Definitely some returning members like the ones today. Will and Muffins representing the champions of last season, to Infinity and Pgog, facing off against Drosy. Actually, I think just confirmed this for us. The same classic team we've had for Noble Foxes since League Season 3.
Wow.
We got Nobly and Obscure.
Impressive.
So it is, yeah. We got some old favorites. We got some new faces. I fear if you tell me you're a new commentator, I may not believe you.
It feels like I'm new. I haven't done this in a while. So.
Oh no! I mean, well, I'm also glad to really see. The founder of League, for those you don't know, is Fear Agent, who was the person who created, had the inception of the League idea himself, all the way back in. Did you do a season 0 or was it maybe a season 1? They all kind of flew by at the very beginning, but this thing really just exploded. All thanks to you, Fear.
It did explode, and here we are. And there's a lot of changes.
Yeah. I mean, throughout the seasons, right?
The changes have me verklempt. I started choking with all the changes. So we're doing co-op. That hasn't changed. We have 4 runners on the screen. On the left, we've got, like you mentioned, the champions, to Infinity and Pgog. Will WC was on that team last year. Relkin was on that team last year. He's still on the team. Humbug is gone though, and has been replaced by Muffins. So Muffins is the new Infinity and Pgog member.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, and like you said, Noble Foxes is all back from the previous seasons. Normally, week 1 you'd see co-op 80. That was the standard for 6 seasons. Season 7, wow. There's more letters. There's more letters in that co-op 80. We now see co-op AD KDB. So. Clear Mouse, what the hell is KDB?
That's a great question, Fear. So you've already gone through the 80 part, which is all dungeons. KD, in addition to key sanity, it is key drop. So the main difference, of course, in this case is those small keys you kind of find in other pots, especially in the swamp. Or those enemies that drop small keys, like the first Bari and Ice Palace, those are now shuffled in. So instead of the regular 216, we have 249. Just a couple more, dozens of more checks, I guess, that are within the item pool. But oh wow, what a doozy! Sometimes it can make for the most completion. But that's why we got more keys to track. We've also got another partner to kind of help us along the way to be able to keep track of everything.
Help is a funny word for this mode because it's tough. This is tough. I've been doing a lot of practice with my teammates. Mm-hmm. This is a tough mode. You got to keep track of a lot of information because all these keys are now shuffled into the pool. So swamp you usually need 1 key. Well, not anymore. And desert you need 1 key. Well, not anymore. These Town you normally need 1 key, not even to finish it, but to full clear it. Not anymore. And
that's right.
You got to keep track of where all of the keys are, and you're trying to get a lot of information. And just to make it a little bit trickier, you see that everyone's got boots to start with. So so you're dashing. There's no time for we keep a dock to try to keep track of everything, but since you have boots, you can dash all the time, and you're just trying to. You have your hands on your controller. It's hard to type, and it's tough. It's a tough mode, but it's going to be a lot of fun to watch everyone try to manage it.
Oh yeah. And so I guess for maybe some more background for this, ADKDB was actually an official tournament that happened earlier last year in 2024, and as you mentioned for the starting booth stuff, would you be surprised if I told you that it was Gem and Telethar who came up with the 80 KDB mods? So
it honestly feels like Gem and Telethar are the new admins for the league. I don't think they are, but
no,
it really does feel like they are admins for this league.
I think they just have a lot of ideas.
Big influence on season 7 for sure.
Yeah, they definitely had a lot of different ideas for coming up with new modes. I think Gem and Telethar both have chef hat icons now because they're both cooks in the kitchen. Thinking of new and very interesting and fun ways to play the game. Of course, all the new evolve some amount of boots. But as you
wonder.
mentioned,
Here's a question. This is new. There's no delay. We're live. I wonder if they forgot about that.
No!
I kind of wonder because it hasn't started yet.
Oh no, that's actually hilarious. Well, yes, and for the record, this is a very new, I believe, and welcome change to League Season 7, which was we no longer have a 10-minute delay in the processes, so that means that when the race timer goes down, everyone is live. However, maybe out of force of habit, sometimes it is you just kind of muscle memory through. Of course, main tournament, whatever, major things like this have delay, but no, this season. We're letting everyone. There's even a new feature in Twitch, which is shared chat. That's also allowed in League, for what it's worth, in co-op. So, I mean, if you want to do it, certainly more than happy to do so. But just as anything else, you of course bear the responsibility of potentially anything that could happen in this. If someone says something in chat as a spoiler. But again, I think it's a nice thing to have, so long as people don't end up like spoiling and ruining for most people. I think it's just a very nice fun way to play League.
So a lot has happened in the first 2 minutes that we've missed trying to cover what's happening in the changes in the league. So we've got a fleet over at Saha. There's the big key to Turtle Rock. I think a pretty common, I don't know what common is because I've only done the asyncs with my partner. So I don't know what the meta is. I wasn't in the tournament or anything, but usually have one person go to CAC from the north and the other person go to Eastern. And that's what Muffins and Will are doing. And it looks like Obscure did the same thing, but he got the flute out of Saha and then just took that immediately to CAC. So I don't know if we can get one of the restreamers to maybe message Nobly or something about that, because I think he's on a 10-minute delay.
Yeah, that's actually what it seems like too. It's not maybe 3-minute delay? Question mark. Not quite sure.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, no, but you're definitely right. I mean, especially for other kind of like all dungeons types of modes, you do see people, one starting Link's House, rushing over to Saha and potentially Eastern Palace just in case, the Sphere Zero location. There's a little bit more extra value in key drops because, as we're kind of seeing Muffins not doing the micro dip, we're going to do the full-on dip of going to the Dark Square pot key. So the reason why it's called Dark Square, well, for lack of better words, we're in the dark and it's a square. And there's a pot
that works
with a key under it. So it's not the Eastern small key, it is small key to Turtle Rock. So here we are.
There's a lot going on here. We should also shout out our trackers, right? Like, they're the heavy lifters here because we're gonna miss so much stuff. I mean, I've missed already so much. So huge shout outs to our trackers today. We're already on Master Sword, by the way. I don't know if you
I know. I have not noticed a single thing. All I'm doing is watching the tracker to see what we actually have. So Blue Link and Maven Walkard, I mean, they, as you mentioned, they are the MVPs of this particular stream, of course. You've certainly seen them around. You've heard, I think, Blue Link also on commentary before. Not quite, the newcomers, but they've been around, and we're always very thankful to have them here.
Super appreciate that. So 2 swords, we got the flute, we got the boots, we're going fast. This makes it that much more difficult.
I know, exactly.
I'm not joking. Like, it's hard to pay attention to everything that's going on. Just the keys, just keeping all the keys straight. And everyone's got to finish all dungeons. It's just like every other co-op mode in the past where it's average time. We do have a new mode this season where it's not average time, it's last to finish, which is interesting. There's co-op duality. There's 4 weeks of co-op this league season. So
I'm all for co-op. It's so great.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Gonna be a hard for a tracker. So if you have any interest in helping, we could use all the help we can get with tracking, because we want to restream as many of these races that we can, and more than us talking, we really need people to keep track of what's going on. So
yeah. I mean,
all right.
And for what it's worth, right, tracking is actually more intense this year. I mean, it was also kind of like a nice challenge, especially when you have open trackers. Maybe, there's some people can say that there's not, that much to do because you're only tracking, I don't know, like 10, 15, 20 items. But here, you have the bonanza of always being able to click something, basically, whenever somebody opens the chest.
Yeah, there's always something to click. All right. Nobly is not on a 10-minute delay, so that's nice. Thank you to our restreamers here at SpeedGaming for keeping everything going. And yeah, you like the logo that we did for this layout? With,
it's great. Yeah.
Like dashing into the key.
That's right. Remember, and this is a good reminder. We do have real boots. It is actually, in my opinion, quite hilarious to watch somebody with pseudo boots try to balk a torch to get like something off the torch, but it's not going to be the case for this particular mode or this particular week. But yeah, like as you mentioned, the new layouts they look great. I mean, I think it really does embody the key drops sentiments.
All right, so where are we going? We've got mountain access with the flute.
Yeah, and also thanks to Humbug, also pointed this out. No money in CAC, or at least Noble Foxes. It does look like it was a glove that was purchased on Bottle Vendor. That's also something pretty important.
Yeah, that is pretty important. Yeah, managing your resources is really important in this as well. You don't have to buy keys or anything, but just having money, having bombs early is really important.
Yeah. As you kind of mentioned, it's sometimes a bit more challenging. It's a new bar set, for our trackers. It's also a new bar set for our runners. Will, I believe, was also, someone mentioned now that this is one of those modes that it potentially could also be paradoxically easier, maybe as a solo person, because at least you're playing by yourself, right? The pace is a little bit slower, right? You still got to keep track of everything.
Yes.
But you got to go in your own pace, right? But suddenly you got your partner yelling at you, hey, I got a pod small here, hey, I got a TR small here, and you're like, well, okay, I also need to track my own things. I also need to figure out where I'm going.
Yeah, that's the hard part is just how many keys. Okay, so nobody got the glove, so they've got that information. Right, that's good for them. Dark Cross can be a place that gets left behind if you don't have like early mirror. I mean, Hyrule Castle is kind of a bummer in this mode because of all the keys and big keys that you need to find.
Yeah, Zelda Cell.
A big key is blocked. Like I feel like in every seed we never ever check Zelda Cell. Just like we never either got the key or it's just like so inconvenient.
Yeah, it's also right. You mentioned this case, right? I think you gave some examples. Like Swamp, you need one key. Desert, you need kind of like one key to do the right side. Hyrule Castle, normally, like if you play like cross keys or key sanity, you just need that kind of one, right? The source key. And now there are 4, and Zelda Cell is not put in logic until you find all 4 of them plus the big key to Hyrule Castle. That's so much stuff.
There's also the key rat in the back of Escape. So
he is not on the menu, Fear. Okay, I need to protect my kind. All right.
That's one of the, so like if there's nothing in the back of Escape, or if there is something in the back of Escape, if one person goes there, you kind of wait or try to wait until you have another Hyrule Castle key, or you get to find a Hyrule Castle key, so you can check the rat, because that one can be kind of a pain in the ass too. So
yeah, it's just
you have access to
yeah,
just leave them alone. We're gonna check Castle Tower here from Will. We've got any Castle Tower keys? No.
I think the answer is no. Yeah, key tracker also says right. Yeah, and as you mentioned before, sometimes I think one of the things that has been kind of somewhat pervasive in any type of like all dungeons, key, sanity type of modes, right? There's always been some variations about how to make the Castle Tower keys less painful. Well, guess what? You know what?
Sorry, there's a hook shot. And Ice Rod.
We got an Ice Rod, and we got a hook shot in the first chest of Castle Tower. Speaking of, very good find for Will, and of course for To Infinity Pgog. Sometimes it can be a difficult check in order to make, especially early on. But yes, we also need 4 Castle Tower keys in order to finish everything.
Yeah, that's a big find there. We got a bow inside, Spec Rock, but that gives a To Infinity Pgog chance to go check Paradox and things over there. So that's a lot of checks.
Yeah, that'll be good.
We have one piece of Dark World access, right? Just the glove, no hammer.
Just the glove.
No pearl.
Yeah, no pearl, no hammer, no other glove. We actually did see. I saw Nobly. I think maybe it was here, kind of scouting out Zora area. And unfortunately, Muffin they didn't have money in order for Zora. Muffin's kind of in a similar position,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So that's the hard part. You're 446. You're so close. There's a desert small. So, okay, my teammate is GMO, who I've been practicing with, and he is the logic master for us, because I don't know how many keys you need. I think it's 3 for desert to beat it, 4 to complete it.
Right. So so you need
like
3
ice,
keys.
you need a couple keys. How many keys for swamp? I don't even know all this stuff. That's why I just rely on my teammates to know that
I mean, well, that's why you play as team, right? So I guess if you want to think about it, like kind of the rule of thumb is that for any dungeon that you needed like 0 or 1 key for, you now need 2. So like Skullwoods, Ice Palace, you didn't need any more. Those are just the ones you need to beat the dungeon for. Desert, you need 3 in order to go all the way to the boss, and 4 is for Desert right side. Safe scumming, I think, was also maybe brought up earlier, I think, in Discord. That is something that could be a very valid strategy. That 4th desert small key, just like the 4th or the last like TR key, the last swamp key, to open kind of like 1 chest or maybe 2 chests, it can be pretty painful if that's like you're ultimately spend a key and you're like, oh no, I need that one for go mode now.
This is exciting. League is here. Yeah. This is it. This is no more, a lot of lead up to these tournaments. Oh no.
Oh no, Muffin. Yeah, trying to bond, but it's actually pretty forgiving death. Yeah. Because it's only 2nd room and you're not very far, so I think it all works out. And even things do happen, especially in co-op when. It's just like any other type of co-op modes. You and your partner are trying to get as much coverage as possible. You may not get those heart containers that your partner has found because there was nothing else in the area. So you're like, okay, well, I don't need that. And then suddenly you're playing spoiler level type of execution. Yeah. You have 4 heart, no lamp, bombos, gonna go fight Helma, no problem.
So we got mitts. Will with the extra. It doesn't have any bombs. Unfortunate there. Gonna go across. I can't even buy bombs because you can't open the bomb the shop there, true. So wasn't able to bomb his way across. But we did get a little ether celebration there, so that's nice. We do have Dark World access now with mitts and the Moon Pearl being in Paradox, and the flute. So we've got access to like the Mare area as well. Here's the thing that I've learned is like in key modes, especially, you kind of want to save, put enough dungeons because you don't want to double dip them as much as possible. I feel like in this mode, you can't be afraid of double dipping dungeons.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you're absolutely
I mean, you
correct.
definitely, you want to be strategic and not just randomly go to dungeons. But I think that's why like the Eastern plays is good in co-op because it is Sphere 0, right? Like a bunch of those checks are just immediately available. I don't know, like we had to like quad dip Aga Tower in the seed, like required. It was like a required quad dip of Aga Tower one time. It's just like, it sucks, but you kind of have to do it. And that's just the nature of the stupid mode.
It does happen, in fact, if you want to think maybe a key drop to give maybe like a similar analogy, right? How do you feel about double dipping pod, right? On like right. 1 or 2 keys, like you would probably go in, right? You can maybe think of some other dungeons kind of in similar those mains, because pod actually in key drop doesn't really change because there are no pot keys or enemy keys for pod small keys. Swamp though now becomes 6 keys. Yeah. I mean, so like there are a lot more dungeons that kind of become like pod, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting. You just have to you gotta be flexible. There's a Thieves Town small, nice hovers from Muffins there to get that bow. Legally.
That's right. Newly, that's right. Confirmed, reaffirmed that hovering is in fact still part of the competitive rule set that is allowed. And yes, Muffins, I think his glitched reputation probably precedes him more maybe than like a non-glitch player. And Muffins obviously stream still powerhouse, but for I think if you play glitch modes, you're probably a pretty competent hoverer.
Yeah, those are really quick hovers. All right, so Will is our first person into the Dark World here in Skullwoods. You see Tempered as well. Unfortunately for Will, he wasn't able to do the dark roll on the mountain. Like he wasn't able to do Hookshot Cave and Super Bunny because he hadn't got the glove from
Oh, right, yeah, that's
from
true.
the bottle vendor yet. So that was his first glove. But Muffins will clean it up and get the information.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah. I mean, I was just gonna say, like, this is also kind of the benefit of having a co-op partner. You know, it's also part of the strategy as well, right? It's like, okay, I couldn't really do, you know, like maybe this part of the thing. Maybe I couldn't really do the part of this dungeon. Even Kakariko, you can kind of split up from like north and south and stuff. Like, yeah, I'll get Chicken Hut and the tavern. You can just do the north stuff and then leave. You know, it's if you end up forgetting something, it's okay. Your partner's got you covered.
Yeah, it's just, the unfortunate part. It feels like you always end up having to do Blind's Hut and the well to like. It's rare that you never need anything out of both of those spots, just because there's just so many more items that you need keys and things. So
yeah. No, that's definitely true. And yeah, like the fact that we're only, I think, about a 20, 30 odd more small keys, I guess, in pots all throughout, you know, the entire game. It can, you know, as you mentioned, can definitely cause some more double dipping, maybe triple dipping, even to different locations. But I mean that again maybe is a little bit less painful in co-ops because again, you know, you go in, get some more information, and then you don't have to go back over until your partner has more equipment. For example, like that hammer that we find here in the compass chest of Skull Woods. That's a very nice find.
I didn't even see that. It's so.
I know.
There's a fire rod.
A fire rod too. Oh wow.
Okay, so no Skull Woods keys yet, though. I see marked in our trackers. So not even possible to beat it. You need 2, right?
You need 2 to get to the back. That's right. Yeah. So
and there's none under the pots, like normal.
That's right. Okay. That's right. No, none on the pots. None on that Gibdo. The Gibdo can actually have something in the back. You could find a Skullwood Smoky in the bridge chest. That's always open. Although it's a bit rougher to just trying to depend on, you know, like a random check that just has a small key to this dungeon. Yeah. Although it doesn't become more frequent in this mode.
So nobly not doing Skullwoods, but Obscure into the Dark World. I imagine Obscure goes up north into Skullwoods. We're gonna see a Hype Cave for the first time on Will's side as well.
Yeah, with that newly found hammer, which is extremely convenient right now. We actually have our regular.
Both teams, both foxes are skipping out on Skullwoods. That's unfortunate. There's a Thieves Town big. And we need 2 smalls for that too, right?
That's right. Yeah, 2 small keys for Thieves Town. As you mentioned, just to get to the boss and beat it. Of course, we're gonna need that 3rd Thieves Town small key to open the big chest. But you know, again, you know, sometimes in this mode, I think that's probably one of the more higher frequency skip chests. And sometimes you just can't be bothered to go back. And you know, if one person goes and beats the dungeon with 2 keys, which is fine. Maybe the 3rd person can, you know, try and hold off a bit to wait for that 3rd one. Right? Yep. And then you can go full clear and find the big chest and whatnot.
Okay, so Nobly picked up Smith and now is heading into Skullwoods. I think I understand their routing a little bit better now. It's so hard because we're not listening to their conversation, right? So we're not listening to how they're planning their route and where to go. But what they've done here, I think, makes sense.
Yeah, but I think unless I don't remember if anything was in the map chest. Maybe there was a Thieves Town small key in there. But that's a key that they're not going to be able to get. Because you're going to see in non-entrance, you can drop in with a friend, but you can't like go into you know, non-single entrance mode. So like you can't just like walk in and out of Skullwoods, but you can drop down. So they're going to at least get the hammer and the fire rod. But
yeah, and so he's going to miss out on the Thieves Town key for now. But I think with that information that he's just passed off to Obscure can kind of clean up that check, right?
That's true. Yeah.
That's the benefits of co-op is if I skip something, my teammate can also skip it, probably, or clean it up later.
Yeah, that's true. And I actually like this move from Nobly as well. No mirror means the smith chain is somewhat more tedious, and so you might as well kind of get this information out of the way. And plus, it's not like Nobly needs to, or so not like Obscure needs to do the smith unless there's something important here, right?
Right.
Maybe you can do it later with mirror. Meanwhile, Will is giving us our loot check. Anything good on Catfish? Of course not.
Nope.
Why would there be anything good at Catfish?
Smiths have a Turtle Rock key. 3? Is it 3 Turtle Rock keys or 4 that we need to beat it?
You need 5.
5 total?
To get the Trinex. No, and then 6 to get the big key chest.
See, this is why I have teammates. You're my teammate now.
Yes, exactly. don't know, maybe it's actually 5 and 6. I don't know. I don't remember anymore.
Okay.
This is
You're
probably
not
something I should
on
go
my team
look
anymore.
at the 4. Now I'm like double second guessing myself.
All right, so it feels like things have slowed down a little bit. We're getting a little bit of crossover between some of our runners, but so nobody's going to go back up to Hera, and I guess I don't know what else here. But Obscure's going to clean up that other check that nobody wasn't able to do. Get that these sound small information. That's good information to have because he doesn't need to rush it, but he can get it eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
Will's got the back of escape, and he's not checking key rat. Oh, he's got the key, but he's not checking key rat.
All right. I mean, well, yeah, you don't need to like. It's only logic with 3 higher castle small keys, so maybe it's okay right now. Maybe I think there's something important in the back of escape that they wanted to keep. Maybe they don't want to chance it just quite yet. Which I mean, again, it's all fine. It's going back of escape's only what, like 25-ish seconds or something like that. Not too expensive. You want to go back for it.
Nice half magic there in the cage of Hera.
Yeah, a half magic is very welcome in this mode. Although I will say, despite it even being co-op, these guys are already on like tempered sword.
I know.
and a bow and half magic. Like this is sometimes the game can be pretty generous. Although I will like to point out that Nobly is the one with like 8 hearts, and everyone else is on 4 and 5.
4.
Maybe Nobly just hogging all the health here for everybody.
I see a Hera pot, no Hera big key, but we can. Oh, it does have the Hera big key. Nice. Turtle Rock small.
Another Turtle Rock small key. These are really racking up the TR small keys here. I guess we don't know. Oh, it looks like actually Ether is our way into Turtle Rock, which we do have, as Will was using it to celebrate earlier. So we can't get in.
Yeah, but we have no Samaria, so can't really do much there. I think was Meyer also Ether? I don't remember.
I don't know. Did someone check that area?
We had someone check Meyer's shed, but
okay.
I was not 100% sure.
Okay, all right. That's. I mean, we will find out. My guess is also, as you mentioned, there's no Samaria. We have 1-ish Meyer small key, which is, even if you are willing to go in there, only 1 Meyer small key isn't great. It's okay. You just can't get very much stuff, and maybe your investment, you want the big key, or you only want another small key. Yeah.
All right, first crystal of the game. Our first crystal of the league.
Yeah, that's true. That's
the whole season goes to Nobly. There we go.
You're right. We can just stop the race right now. Just have them done, and then we can finish up. Will and Muffins are really slacking here.
Ice Desert or 5-6. I think we saw that earlier. Nothing at Hammer Pigs. We have the Thieves Town big key, right?
Yeah, we have
2 smalls.
Yeah, it looks like maybe this is where Muffins is going to continue on to Thieves Town. He's here in the front 4. I'm not quite sure if he got anything. But I'm going to assume that he's going to keep going.
That gets you to the attic, right?
I mean, we can beat blind on this.
Oh, with 2 keys you can beat blind?
Yeah.
So there's 3 total?
3, yeah, that's right. There's 3 total. And then, so what Muffins, unless there's a small key to this dungeon here in the back of Thieves Town, he won't be able to get the big chest.
Okay.
But, I mean, again, just like in regular, keys sanity mode, if you find
Samaria.
Oh, that's nice.
Sorry. Is that the first we've seen of Samaria? Is that the first dig key?
I'm pretty sure,
what?
Yeah.
The Foxes didn't do dig game?
I guess not. They had late hammer, and then one of them went to do all the Smith stuff, so maybe they didn't even go south.
So nobody picked the Smith, but didn't do dig game, and Obscure didn't do it either. I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they just both went in a similar direction, but I'm sure they'll get there eventually. They'll have to go back eventually for purple chest, and maybe they'll kind of do it before they do purple chest. Maybe ?
Yeah, maybe nobody's gonna do it right now.
Okay, we have successfully bombed the attic on Muffin's side, and
can't take Smith.
Yep, Steve. Will has learned firsthand, confirmed for us that you can in fact not take a Smith basically, unless it's to its home. You can't go into entrances that are like that, especially with a follower inside. But you can drop down. That is something that we saw nobody do. Now entrance, that's a completely different story because entrance you can pretty much take the Smith like wherever and whenever. You can take him to Ganon even, if you can take him to Aga Tower. There's a new Hall of Fame, by the way. You can try that entrance to get the Smith distance as opposed to your distance.
A new Hall of Fame?
Oh, so you know, like in Aga Tower, you can like hook speed and see how far you can get, like on the left side, you know, and like how far you can get up to the top of the screen. So you can actually do that with the Smith now too, right? The Smith wants to participate.
Okay, all right. All right. So what's unfortunate for Nobly about that Samario is he was the one that was up on the mountain, and he could have dipped into.
Oh yeah, there were
the fire rod,
keys.
2 keys, the big key. I feel like you can go. How far can you go with 2 keys? I'm just trying to think.
Maybe chomps, I think. You need one for the entry to Poke1 door. You need another one for the Poke1 door.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing you can stop at chomps. Yeah, that's also. Oh yeah. But I mean, like as you kind of talked about though, before in Turtle Rock, like that fire rod also a little bit nicer, just because, you know, some of the enemies that now you kind of maybe avoid during key standing mills if you don't have to go kill them, like Pokies, you do. But now you kind of have to kill them. And if the fire rod is nice, but if you're maybe only there on like fighter sword or I don't know, no sword. And you know, you can get a little dicey because it's definitely in logic, right? And you can't kill it with very, very little equipment. It might just take you forever, or it could be very dangerous.
Yeah. All right, Pgog's evened it up. They've got their crystal.
I also missed the blind hunt
to them,
but I'll watch it for the second time, assuming nobody has a mirror.
We are first looking at pod, 4 keys, a bow, and the big key. That's. Are you opening everything that you can then? Are you?
Oh, I assume yes. Although, is there a preference though between like big key chest and?
I think with the big key, I would just do all of the back, right? Because then you never have to go back there, and then you can either beat it. You could beat it or open up the vanilla big key chest. So probably beaten is the better choice, right? You just leave the one checked.
Yeah, and then you know maybe again like that's what your partner's for when your partner comes to go beat pod. Maybe perfect. You know like
if Harmless Hellway has nothing, you could use the key instead for the vanilla big key location.
Exactly. Or maybe we could just be fortunate enough to find a small key to this dungeon, as pod does.
Yeah. I don't know how Obscure plays with that fish. It's impressive.
Dude, I tried. I mean, granted, I'm not the authority on how to play Link to the Past Randomizer, but I will say that the experience of playing with like a Link-sized sprite and like a smaller size sprite, like a fish, like a rat, it is so different. It's like, well, I know that some people use like the shadow to like do their lineups and stuff, which is fine, but if you ever need something that like with like Link's ears height, you gotta look for another lineup, man. Ooh, okay, that's pretty nice. Eastern Palace small key. That is 1 piece.
So you need 1 to beat it, 2 to full clear, right?
That's right. Yes. Just like a lot of other modes, Eastern Palace big key chest is also often skipped.
I mean, it's terrible to get to anyways. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, SpongeBob is also on the other extreme. That's true. You can't even, I think, see the shadow because SpongeBob is just so gigantic.
Yeah, we got 3 other Link variants on the screen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, you don't actually get to see the original. I'm assuming like nobody's playing with the original, like Link green, vanilla sprite.
I think so. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, but you don't often get to see those. Will, of course, is sporting the pink Link, and Muffins is sporting the dark Link, which you do often get to see. I believe there is also another pairing, but I think Gem and Telethar also use pink Link and dark Link respectively, so may not be the first, it definitely won't be the first combination we'll see of these guys.
The Hyrule Castle big, that's always fun.
Ooh, Hyrule Castle big.
All right, so nothing in Harmless Hellway. So Obscure can use that information and tell Nobly to do.
The key chest, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, I don't think there is a gentleman's agreement to get anything for what it's worth. But yeah, if you needed to get the bug nut for whatever reason, maybe you got to go find that 5th pod key.
There's no way I could do this bomb jump on that with that fish. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know how people use it. Maybe it's a shadow. I don't know. But I mean, but Obscure, he was I want to say 2023, maybe it's 2022, one of these years. Yeah, he was the main tournament champion. I mean, so like this guy knows what he's doing. Like he knows how to play rando, and he won the entire tournament with the fish sprite. So I think if you're gonna ask anybody to be able to do the bomb jump with that, it's gonna be Obscure. Okay, but we do kind of see similar strategies. Like Muffin's kind of cleaning up, you know, his Hera crystal, and we see kind of Obscure and Will in pod. I mean, you can't really see Obscure in because he doesn't have the lamp that that was found in Thieves Town, but neither will. So
Obscure's got to try to get out of this. He's just gonna bomb himself out.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have the mirror. We don't even have a mirror scroll, so we are gonna have to death warp out the old-fashioned way with bombs or fireballs or something to be able to kill us in the dark maze. Luckily, for better or for worse, this is co-op, so you know he nobly maybe did a good job of hogging all the health, because if you need death warp, any amount of extra defense you have is gonna be to your disadvantage.
We don't have it marked, but does Muffins have ether? Because if Muffins has ether, you can go into Turtle Rock after this with 3 keys and the big key. That gets you pretty far, right?
Yeah, I think you can. Can you get all the way to Laser Bridge? I think you need 1 more key, but you can maybe at least get to like Mimic Cave.
Four gets you to Laser Bridge.
Yeah, I think 4 gets you a Laser Bridge because you need 5 to get to the boss. Ooh, well, kind of dangerous situation. We're just gonna camp. If I don't move, Helma can't see me.
No issues from the champs today.
Yeah, that's good. Pretty dangerous, all things considered, to kind of even get to. You know, again, like NMG runners can they get bodied pretty hard by Helma. You know, Master Sword, bow and arrow. They even have the lamp, 6 hearts, green mail. I mean, there's a reason why people pick up Sankheart, and you can get your run ended pretty quickly. Luckily, no will. You know, I use that champion. Oh, thank you, cool Papa Bell. We got the blind pun. I'm always a big fan of reading it, because sometimes, for some reason, some people don't have the blind pun shown on their game feed when they get to blinds.
Okay, so Muffins does have ether and is heading in now. So, gonna take a look at Turtle Rock for the first time, and we're gonna get Ice Palace from Nobly. These are brand new checks.
Ooh, yes, a good point.
So
yeah, we have the fire rock.
One key, 2 small keys. That's good enough to beat it, right?
Yeah, we can get all the way. We can actually get all of the checks as well. It might just take because we also have Samaria. The only thing that's kind of awkward is going to be that conveyor bar valley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turtle Rock, vanilla Turtle Rocks. Well, I guess not vanilla as in the location, but there's a Turtle Rock small key.
Yeah.
In Turtle Rock. So now Laser Bridge. Yeah.
I guess we're going to Laser Bridge. Now, no mirror, unfortunately, for Muffins, which means that we cannot do Mimic Cave, but we could get somewhat fortunate. You know, you can check them. Yeah, there are how many checks before Laser Bridge or Mimic Cave in order to get the mirror? I don't know, like 7, 6. Ooh, 3rd key to Thieves Town. That's a really nice find for Muffins.
All right, so we do need flippers at some point.
Wait, not Muffins.
We're gonna need that mirror.
Yeah, we're gonna basically
a bunch
need
of keys away. We haven't really been paying attention. I know another Castle Tower key was just seen somewhere, maybe Ice Palace.
Okay.
But we're gonna need all 4 of those.
Yeah. Oh, another pod, small key, or Castle Tower key in the big chest. Or maybe that's the one that Obscure found earlier. He definitely was here. Oh, flippers were in pod too. Thanks, Rusty.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
Yeah, May Rockard says that, Pangear just had our Castle Tower small key. So yeah, we're definitely racking them up, which is kind of nice. As you mentioned, we need all 4 of them, and potentially 1 key in Castle Tower gets us 1 additional check.
Oh, there's the mirror.
Wow.
That's...
We should have been at Turtle Rock way earlier, apparently.
Yeah, I think that's kind of bad for Nobly and Obscure, to be honest. With Nobly already having gone up to Hera, and I don't think Hera really had anything for Obscure to rush. Obscure might be heading there now, though. Just to start cleaning things up. But
yeah, we get to see Will in this case. He probably won't. I mean, unless I guess we somehow get magically lucky and find another TR small key, and the ice rod. We're probably not going to be Turtle Rock, but yeah, Will looks like he's going to go after the mirror, which is what we need. And of course, nice TR small key.
Man, Muffins got really close to that door. I was a little worried there. He did not want to open that door.
Yeah, you know how sometimes, I believe there was even a spoiler team called "Don't Open This Door." When you're doing key sanity, you accidentally open up that door because you're trying to steal the Poke Key. Oh, you are so sad.
Yeah, it's rough.
Because you gotta go find another one of those TR small keys in order to beat the game, and yeah, we don't want to do that.
So let's see. Traeger says 1 key for Will, but again, this is a hard mode to track, so they've missed something. But enough to get the mirror, I think, right?
Yeah. I think he should have enough. Well, I'm assuming he has.
Well, there's 1 in TR, so if he's got
1,
he can get to the mirror, and I think that's probably where. Yeah. Okay. So just 1, but that mirror is pretty important, especially with him having the flippers. It's got 1 swamp. Muffins is 3 swamp smalls.
Okay. All right. We got a Skull with Smoky Mimicate. That's pretty nice.
That sucks. That's a little crappy location, though.
Oh, actually, this is a good point because that is that looks like it's our first Skull with Smoky, which is well, maybe it's our second. I'm not sure. Nobody says looks like he's got one.
Skullwoods is a pendant, so there could be some more Skullwoods keys in GT.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, Nobly using some sword beam strats here on Cold Stare. Maybe gonna save some of his fire rod shots to hopefully get them all bunched up in the corner.
Nicely done.
Still, yeah.
Silvers, that's nice. And it's one of the 5/6 crystals. Nice.
Okay, I'm not sure. I guess Will maybe wants to continue onwards. Because he did mirror out. Oh, he's getting rolled. Okay, I think this is actually gonna be good for Will. Because Muffins found the 3rd Thieves Town small key here in Roller Room, but he's already beaten Thieves Town, so now it is up to his partner, Will, to beat the champion and hopefully tell him that nothing is in the big chest. Because otherwise Muffin's gonna have to go back to.
So Nobly going back for the conveyor barrier, right?
Okay, yeah. And this is even with additional ice small keys. That Bari is always going to be a little awkward, just because are you going to go all the way to mostly the right side, and then you got to backtrack, or you may as well just go beat the boss and just honestly come back in. I mean, the other way might be a little faster, but we don't have the keys for it, so we're just gonna full clear this place and never have to come back.
Yeah. All right, so Quake is needed for Meyer, I think, to our trackers again. We still need Quake. As far as items go, we're just kind of looking for Quake, and we got the ice rod somewhere.
Oh, we do have the ice rod somewhere. Okay.
All right, what does this have? Just a map.
Not even gonna pick it up.
Yeah, don't waste the time. Oh, there's a big key up here. Eastern. Oh, and Will's got both keys too, so.
Oh, he's got the Eastern Palace. He's got both Eastern Palace keys. Nice. Oh, right, because I guess I forgot where the first one was, but the second one was in pod right side, and so that'll be a very nice full clear for. Oh no, Muffins. It's okay. Second time's always free.
What happened? I thought Muffins.
Muffins almost accidentally pushed the block, so he didn't hook through it.
Oh.
So he missed his first chance, but second chance, he got through just fine. Okay, so I think at least for Will, this is gonna be pretty nice. Well, no, he's already done pod, so he's just gonna go and flute her to Eastern and then full clear that place. But Will also needs to go do Thief Town to check and see if he's in the big chest. I guess you should go to Eastern anyway. Probably more coverage there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's probably where. Noble Foxes need to get to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, that mirror. Well, what is locked by this mirror so far? It certainly would make their lives easier if they, did.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
let's
it's
say,
just gonna save you time, right?
Mhm.
Not having to death warp and stuff.
Yeah. I was kind of looking at some maybe if Will and Muffins are considering a swamp dip, like with only 2 keys. To do a hook shot. So you can get pretty far. Well,
but
I mean,
the left side is okay. So there's some sort of spooky setup you can do.
There
to get
is
left side. I don't. Gemma showed me how to do it, or showed me what it takes to do it. I'm never gonna be able to do it ever, but it's not free.
That's why just wait for Jammo or your partner to do it. Or
yeah, it's not even free. Like Jammo was having a pretty tough time getting it consistently.
It is right. So it's a variation of bomb spooky. I mean, it is actually bomb spooky, just in the swamp left side setting. And so if you throw the bomb, or like if the bomb hits or lands like on a specific frame, then it'll hit the switch in the room above, right? So you can actually save a small key in swamp, which is why it makes it so powerful.
Yeah.
So you can check left side basically without using a swamp key. And eventually, I think Telethar, maybe like Bitey, some other people kind of trying to come up with some more consistent setups. Or you can just, you can see Humbug and GFE. Maybe having some different thoughts about Bomb Spooky. Humbug, the XD Hunt champion from using Key Drop, I believe got Bomb Spooky his first try and got some pretty nice goodies on left side swamp, which GFP unfortunately was the other end of that race. But yeah, could be pretty powerful. I don't think they can get to the left side with only 2 keys. At least like in the lobby, I think you need 3 with hookshot. So at least it's something you don't have to worry about yet. Or maybe you just save 2 minutes of your life and just never worry about left side swamp.
Yeah. All right, so we are going to get that information about Thieves Town with Will in Thieves Town now. So that's cool.
Lobby's only 2 keys? Okay, lobby's 2 keys with Specky Clip. Thank you. Gem and Humbug. They know this move better than I do. Yeah, and so I also like the thing that you drop with Swamp, that hookshot. Oh man, I mean, so when Specky Clip was kind of discovered, it wasn't last year, right? Maybe it was the year before. And you can, kind of skip over like the hammer requirement, right? And like open modes and and key sanity modes. In Key Drop, holy cow, it saves 1 full key in Swamp. I mean, like to try and find that like 5th Swampy or like 6th Swampy, yeah, pretty painful. And so, I mean, it's just like, I don't know how, like, much, I don't know, you can even take Specky for granted, quote unquote, because you just don't realize, like, oh, I need 4 keys, okay, but you don't realize sometimes how painful that 5th key can be.
Oh, okay, so trying to keep up with what's going on. I feel like we have a good grasp. I think both teams have almost full cleared pod or full cleared pod. I don't know if we've seen... Have we seen the vanilla big key chest yet in pod?
No, I did not see it. But that being said, maybe nobody actually did it. Because I think, especially when Obscure found the bug net in Harmless Hellway, that's going to be not a key that you probably want to save and try and do. Oh, big chest. Big chest is ice pick key. Oh, thank you. Okay.
All right, so there's a small key to Turtle Rock in the.
Oh no.
I think that's okay. I think, right?
Copium. Well, now Will.
It depends on where the other key is.
Yeah, because again, so you do need 5. That's the good news, right? You need 5 2R small keys to go be Trinex. But I mean, what's in that lava chest? Fear. You're gonna have to see in this case if all 6 are needed. Oh, TR6 the back of desert? Okay. So there might be a little bit longer chain. If we do see that something is in lava chest that's required, the Muffins will unfortunately have to go back into Turtle Rock in order to go get it. Now, that being said, Nobly will also be in a similar position because he also has been the one who cleared out Turtle Rock without that Turtle Rock the Deep Down small key.
I'm gonna guess there's nothing. If there's 6, it does put the lava chest in the logic though, right? So it's like,
yeah, exactly. Are we just doing chicken hut now?
Apparently,
Okay.
maybe
Okay.
Muffins didn't
I'm
have
assuming
bombs early
something is
on.
here
Yeah.
that Will found, and the Muffin just didn't get a chance to go get it earlier.
Oh, there's a GT small. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So back of desert is new, right? I don't think we've seen much back here.
I think somebody
If anything.
on Pgog got something back here. There was a powder. I remember seeing
But-
that. Maybe in Tiles 2.
but-
I think that was it.
Does anybody beat it though? Because Obscure
No.
can beat it.
Oh no, yeah, no, I don't think they had the big key to desert when they were back here. But yeah, if the
Obscure doesn't have the. No, doesn't have the big key marked. What was that small
Okay.
key?
I don't know. It's so sad.
It's so hard.
It is so
Powder.
hard.
Yeah, no big key.
All right, we're finally racking up some Meyer small keys, at least. When I say rack up, I mean I guess we're up to a whopping 2. 2, at least you can go do some stuff. You could do the left side. That's at least 2 key locked. You can go get the bar, you can get the lobby. That's at least, yeah. But again, you don't have a big key. We don't have Quake. That's probably the biggest thing.
Quake. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what we have left. Obscure gonna check powder right away.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good idea. Just because, you know, we have all 4 desert small keys, and it's in logic now. Meanwhile, you know, Nobly being inside Eastern, you just get everything that he included big key chest. In this case, tell.
Yeah, this is new information, right?
Yeah. All right, just a piece of heart though on Magic Bat, so nothing to be too worried about.
So, Noble Foxes without the mirror. Oh, there's a big key. To Meyer. That's required.
Ooh, that
we can get into
required.
it. Definitely required. So you need both those Eastern keys.
Oh yeah.
One
was
was
pretty cool to see, I guess, maybe to see Eastern Pal's big key chest required.
Yeah, I don't know if "cool" is the word I would use.
Okay. But yeah. All right. Good point. I'm wondering to see in this case, we do have the hook shot. If we're gonna see some MSS clipping, which means in Eastern, so instead of kind of going all the way around, we saw what Nobly did. You can kind of use the hook shot and bomb to try and clip yourself through the blocks.
Gosh, there's so many things I don't know what to do in this game.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not required or anything, and
I know it's a big time save though. It feels like that saves quite a bit of time.
It can if you get it, the first or second try maybe. Otherwise, you should just go around. But it's something that I think I won't say it's exclusive to key drop modes, but it is something that you're able to do, right? Just because you have both small keys in hand. So maybe we'll be able to do it. Maybe Muffins will be able to do it. We'll see.
Okay, so have we seen the Ice Palace big chest?
We have not, no.
Because Obscure did ice, but didn't have the big chest or the big key at the time, right?
Yeah, right. Because I think, this is a coin flip situation where he did Harmless Hellway, right, instead of big key chest, and he got a bug net instead of the Ice Palace big key. Will, though, on the other hand, like...
Here's the thing that I don't quite get with the Noble Foxes is he's going back for 1 check in ice instead of Turtle Rock with 4 keys in the big key. You know what I mean? Like, I guess he's kind of hoping to just find the 1 more key before he goes in there, but little does he know if he goes into Turtle Rock, he can actually beat it with the 4 keys that he has because there's 1 in there. I just don't know. I don't know why they're not going to Turtle Rock.
Well, actually, so Obscure is here, actually. Maybe Nobly was one who beat Ice Palace? Because on the compass, Obscure has nothing. So he's back here at least with the big...
So I guess this makes more sense.
But I still think you're right, though. Yeah, I think you're right.
Need to send someone to Turtle Rock.
Exactly, yeah, because that's kind of like a major blocker right now for Noble Foxes, is the longer they kind of put out that mirror, as you mentioned before, the more opportunities you're gonna have to, like, they're not gonna have as many opportunities to save time just with the mirror itself. But then also you have mirror checks, you have swamp going into, you know, like it could be kind of painful.
All right, just a heart piece in the big chest there.
Okay, this also might be our key rat check on Nobly side. We have 2 keys. I believe Obscure checked the front. I don't remember if there's. I don't think there's anything
I don't think
important.
there's anything. Yeah, death to rodents, right?
No.
Oh, the
there's a
book.
book! Oh, no, no.
Oh boy.
I'm so
That's
sad.
those items always suck because it's like, do you need the book? We don't know, right? It's just 2
Yeah.
checks.
Oh, Maywalker says Obscure checked it over. Thank you. See, this is why we have our trackers.
Yeah.
That's what just commentates this.
Okay.
Add some ether tablet something. Okay, all right. See, this is how much we can catch. Okay, we're gonna use the book. It looks like maybe to do without the mirror. This is our actually only way kind of into desert.
Oh yeah.
So this is pretty good actually then for Nobly. You're gonna be able to check desert right side as well.
I mean, 3 keys. Do you want to waste one of the keys? How many keys do you need?
Yeah. You need 3 to get to Landmill, but it looks like Obscure has all 4. So maybe if there's something on right side, then at least somebody can go check it. But it looks like nobody's gonna go to the back and get
the back. Yeah.
something. What was back there? There's power.
There's no. Yeah, but
I
I thought he checked.
That's what I thought
Oh no,
too.
we saw Muffins check it. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to watch 4 screens and tell you what's going on. Cold Stare being fought twice at the same time here. Obscure's still on Master Sword. Everyone else is on Tempered.
Yeah, that's also another benefit that Obscure can get if he goes back.
Hitman's telling us TR small in the back of Desert.
Oh, so maybe this
that will give. Yeah, that'll give him 4. Yeah,
again,
this
maybe
is the type of
Noblies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trip to the mountain.
I think they're probably both gonna head up there because I don't know how much they have left.
That's a good question.
Here's a question: when do you start thinking about Swamp Palace?
As soon as I get that mirror, why?
Yeah.
I guess they both have flippers, and this is maybe one of the things that you want to try to avoid when doing co-op. I mean, you kind of do see Nobly and Obscure doing similar things potentially. Like, I don't know, they're both going up the mountain. Maybe Nobly's gonna do Spike Cave, while Nobly Obscure
gives
him
a head start.
Yeah, because you really want to try and split up coverage as much as you can in co-op, because that's the benefit, right? Is you have kind of like 2 people working. You really want them to do separate things as opposed to the same thing.
Did you see that, by the way?
What? No.
Zora is required.
What does Zora have?
GT Big.
GT Big. Dude, when are you supposed to go get Zora?
That's a tough one. Because you're gonna check all of GT, right? Probably. Before, I mean, it's literally a one-off check because they've all done the water checks. So there's no reason to go back to Zora unless you're Will WC to get it right there.
I mean, yeah, to make sure that
that really worked out for him.
Now, maybe after Nobly gets the mirror, I don't remember. Seeing...
Obscure's getting there now, so that's
okay.
good. Okay. They are splitting up checks, but Obscure's gonna want to head up to TR after he gets that mirror information.
Yeah.
And they're both gonna be able to beat it, so they're both gonna be able to single dip, unless, of course, for them, if Lava Chest is something that's gonna be really rough too. But
yeah, that's actually true. It looks like at least Muffins has the ice drop, but yeah, with 5 keys. Nobly is just going to go in and beat this dungeon and get his pendant / crystal, whatever this is.
Looks like a crystal.
Okay, sounds good.
So 4 weeks of co-op this year in League, as opposed to the normal 3. We're doing 80 key drop here with boots. What's the next co-op mode?
It's a duality, maybe?
Duality, which is completely new to the League. First, so you can... it's not average time, right? It's last to finish, right?
Last to finish, that's right, yeah.
So duality is one person needs to pull Ped and one person needs to kill Ganon. It's fast Ganon. You can't climb GT. There's no GT big key available. And it's 1 crystal to get into GT, I believe.
Oh, is it only 1? Okay, I don't quite remember the GT crystal settings, but yeah, that's the idea. You still have like it's still a co-op seed, it's the same seed, but one person has to go pull pen and get all 3 pendants, and then the other one has to get 5 crystals, I think. Something like that.
It's 5 crystals.
Yeah.
It's an interesting mode. I don't know. I've played a couple. It's pretty fun. It's different than a lot of the other co-op modes. One thing you don't have to do is check pedestal, because I did that in our practice. that was pretty funny. But no need to check ped on that one.
It was actually so duality. I believe, and someone correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it got its start in one of the German tournaments. Like there was a German duality tournament. Maybe made its way into the main German tournament as well. And on Restream actually. Somebody did check read ped. And it said that you win. Yeah, that's right. That's the text box. It was great.
I found that out yesterday too.
Oh, it's so good.
What's on? I was like, I was talking to him. Did you check ped? He's like, no, I didn't check it when I was at school. And it's like, I'll check it. I was like, oh, I did not need to check it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so Eastern's finished. It looks like Will's following up to get that big out of the big chest as well. Okay, so we got 80 key drop boots. We got co-op duality. What's the next co-op mode?
Co-op cross keys.
Okay, that's perfect. We ran the 216 co-op cross keys tournament last year. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, certainly that was a really well received tournament. I think really people people like cross keys, people like co-op. Like, what's there not to like about co-op cross keys? You know.
Yep. And then what's the last co-op mode?
So it's all also similar to last year's co-op Randomizer. This will be logical Randomizer, as opposed to maybe like the more like BT.
That's a first.
One.
Yeah. A first. Co-op logical Randomizer. Do they get boots?
They get starting boots. Correct.
Okay. So.
Just like that's right. Just like all of the chaos that you may or may not want boot start for, because you're trying to dodge rollers and other linos and whatever else in lurking in the shadows.
Logical Randomizer is interesting. I've never played it, but it seems pretty bananas.
Yeah, and there are actually some nice, I guess, more, I guess, like latitude for what can be in kill rooms now, or like just like regular rooms. They're not necessarily as restricted. That being said, I hope they maybe patch the you can spawn a dead rock in the last room of Swamp Palace. That can happen, and I think that happened in one of the 12 Days of Randomizer seeds that Mike and Beer made last year. And you have to come back and go get powder. It was pretty hilarious because the dead rocks, like, they only move side to side, they don't move up and down, so it literally just sticks in the middle of like the little narrow hallway, so you can't get through.
My gosh,
that
sounds terrible. It sounds hilarious, but terrible at the same time.
Yes, correct. That's why we play rando. Okay, looks like maybe nobody's gonna take a safety door. Is that what you did? Okay.
Yeah, on 3 hard screen mail wants to make sure he doesn't have to go through the entire dungeon again. Makes sense. All right, first dip into swamp is going to be Will WC. This is going to be some new information for us. We're also going to get Trinex, which we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
Double Fox's side. So where are we at? We're going to have 5 dungeons complete for Nobly, 4 for Obscure, got 5 for Will, and 4 for Muffins. So still relatively close. I have no idea who's in the lead here. My guess would be To Infinity and Pgog, just because of the mirror, early access to the mirror, but we don't know yet. So
yeah, and of course the Castle Tower keys can always play spoiler. You can level set any type of race going on. How many keys do we have so far? 2. Yeah.
So we
still need 2 more to go.
Still need some Skullwood keys. Oh, there's 2. I see 2 on 2 runners.
Yeah, so we can definitely go Beast Skull. I'm wondering if they are trying to put that off in combination of maybe trying to find if we can do the other pendant dungeons. You can do Skullwood's last. You can go pull Ped. You don't have to go make that separate check in order to to go get pedestal.
So Meyer is our last pendant, which also means that Quake could be in GT then, right? Oh, there's another Skullwoods key.
Yes. Sorry, what was our last pendant? Meyer and...
It looks like Meyer, Skullwoods, and
and
Swamp are
Swamp.
pendants.
Okay. Okay, we can certainly find Swamp Small keys then in GT. Those were always fun. So maybe this double dip is... Maybe this is a double dip required dungeon. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't see what Trinex dropped, but that's finished for the foxes here. Obscure finishing up now. Oh, Desert Big Key. Oh, okay. So are we in GT mode then?
Ooh.
That puts us in GT mode, right?
That's a great question. That's a great point. Because we're gonna beat Meyer, and we just need one more Swamp Small key. But potentially, I mean, like right now, I don't see like we need 4 Swamp keys to go beat the dungeon. So we probably
Right,
so
but those
one
could
of them
all
can
just be in GT.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like, the stuff that
yeah.
we need is just be in GT, but
Right, and then we need 2 Castle Tower keys, which of course those can always be in GT. So yeah, I think you're right though. Because we can beat Trinans, we can beat Meyer, we can beat Skullwoods, and we can beat Desert. Need is a strong word.
yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a Swamp Palace. But yeah, I think this has also been pointed out in chat was because Desert Palace Big Key is on Trinex. Will and Muffins are gonna have to go back and beat Trinex.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's a Swamp Small in Swamp.
Nice. You're right. Well, okay, we're just looking for 2 Castle Tower keys then, if that's the case.
And Quake.
Oh, Quake. I forgot about Quake. You're right. And Meyer is a pendant. So okay, so Quake can actually be in GT.
Yeah.
In fact, that's where we'll probably go and looking.
It's probably empty GT, right? It's probably just like left side swamp or something stupid. I don't know. We still need those keys. So.
No, I think at least though with the fact that both Will and the Muffins have everything they need to beat TR, they'll have to go through TR again, but it won't be an extra mountain climb if they can get the rest of the crystals.
Well, no, because you need to go to.
Oh no, you can't. No, yeah, you're right. You're right. It will have to be an extra.
They don't know it.
Yeah.
They need that Desert Big Key from Trinex. So.
Yeah, so this is actually a very nice swing for Nobly and.
Yeah, that was really big. It really worked out that they ended up putting it off because that mirror hasn't really given us anything. I don't think. I mean.
Now we can see in this case maybe the Turtle Rock like lava chest. I think that Muffins can probably go too. If that is something, then the needle might come back over to Will and Muffins.
Yeah, that'd be in Quake or CT Small, I guess.
Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, Nobly here is in the back of Desert with the Desert Big Key now in hand. So we're gonna go and see a landmouse kill.
All right, so have you taken a look at the league roster this year for the Invitational? There's less teams. It's 28, I believe.
28 teams, yeah, and I think also it's cross division matches as well. I think you're not.
One. I think you played one.
Okay, okay.
So ALTTPRleague.com is the website. So looking at the 28 teams that we have in the Invitational, Clear Mouse, week 1, game 1, who's winning the tournament?
Who's winning the tournament? That's a very loaded question.
Yeah, who's you get one shot. Who's your prediction for? It's week 1, right? Game 1. We're not even done with game 1.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know. There are too many good teams to pick
I need
from.
one team. Everyone go to ALTTPRleague.com. Look at the 28 different teams. Who is your prediction for league champion this year?
Who is your prediction, Fear? Out of curiosity, is it your team?
No. My prediction is Used Bow.
That is a great prediction. I believe that
it
a
really
fan favorite.
It feels like they picked all the modes.
Okay, well, so okay, I do believe that the members on that team, Jem, Telethar, and Mike, are extreme favorite or like very fan favorites for doing have a very strong record for randomizer. That being said, not all the modes are starting boots or pseudo boots, and that can be an Achilles heel for that team. So if they're like, let's say even in co-op duality or some type of open modes that don't have boots, I don't know.
That's my prediction. I think
dicey.
used bow. I think used bow is my prediction. Week 1, game 1, winning this tournament. Now, I mean, just like football, baseball, whenever you do like any predictions, everyone predicted the Chiefs were going to win last year. They didn't. You pick, unless you're, I guess, the Dodgers. The Dodgers are pretty big favorites going into this year, but that's why we play the games, right? To Infinity Pgog was 8-6, almost didn't make the playoffs last year.
That's true. That's actually true. I think they barely squeaked by, or not squeaked by, but they weren't they didn't completely dominate, the regular season, and they made it all the way to the finals. It was very, very impressive run to watch.
So, this is just an early prediction. I would just say that they're their favorites. They're my prediction to win. Who's your prediction?
I mean, my prediction was always going to be used bow.
But, okay.
I have again, like they're not just like as you mentioned. This is rando. No one is unstoppable for these types of modes, but they certainly have a very good track record. Good. Speaking of bows, we saw some. See, Muffins and Nobly are demonstrating why you should always use the regular bow. You would not have this issue if you used the regular ones.
You know who I'm rooting for to win? The Sticky Priests. Now, I don't know why they're named the Sticky Priests. I don't know the reference.
That's such a good team.
I don't know what it is.
They're runners up, right? Last year or from last season?
No.
Were they?
Magno's team was running.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Magno, Brogor, and Tam, I think.
You're right. I had forgotten about the spoilers because they were not the spoilers this year. Yeah. They are the Sticky Priests. But I at least have to be thankful that they didn't just revert back to their dark times of the Eastern Skippers.
I mean, Zelga has to win at some point, right?
True.
I've been rooting for that guy to root for
I'm
6
really
years
hoping
now.
that Zelga,
He's got to win. He's like our Dan Marino. What can you explain what the Sticky Priest is? I don't know.
Yeah. Right. So because again there was no pilot spoilers here for League, they couldn't be the spoilers anymore. So they had to come up with a new team name, and this was Marty's suggestion. And that when you come out of sync and you're trying to leave, you always stick to that priest, right? That's where the reference comes from.
Okay.
That guy just really wants to keep you and talk your ear off.
All right. We're gonna take a look at Pedestal. Just the bottle.
Oh, it's a bee in a bottle. I wonder if it's a good bee. You have a packaged Dan Marino Star action figure.
Yep.
Oh my god, that's so perfect.
That works. Okay, so what are we looking at? So it looks like Obscure Lifeform and Nobly are in GT mode. They skipped Swamp, from what I can tell, and are just going immediately to GT. It looks like Nobly is on his way to GT right now. Obscure is getting their last crystal here at Eastern. On the other side, we've got Muffins and Will having both completed Swamp. They both need to go to Turtle Rock to get the Desert Big Key. And that's kind of, I think, putting them behind. And now, unless GT is empty, I think the Foxes have got a lead. I mean, that mirror really did nothing. Oh, Will just beat Trinex. Yeah, oh, there we go. We're getting Will back. It looks like we're working on getting Will back.
Yeah. No, but I do think you're I think you're correct in your analysis, though, that potentially Nobly and Obscure have more of an advantage right now. Because, as you mentioned, the mirror, while it looks so great, it didn't really open up that much. But then now, Nobly and Obscure are probably just trying to wait out for that last, Swamp Palace small key, maybe, right? And so if they can find the Castle Tower keys here in in GT or some variation thereof, right? Like they're not gonna have to do basically any of the side stuff in Swamp.
Yeah. So nobody gonna give us our first look into GT. To Infinity Pgog does have that desert information. Unfortunately, we lost all the tracking on Will when we reset him. So we're an hour and 10 in. Can we give another shout out to our trackers?
Yeah. No, our trackers are awesome.
Yeah, make sure you show love to our trackers in the chat, just because it's a lot of work, and yeah, they're awesome. So
yeah. Also, shout out to Sigma, the owner of the league, but also like I think he does like almost everything for, like technically for SpeedGaming. He's run a lot of bot automation for the league itself. The one who also works on the website. I mean, Sigma. Like, I don't know what you can do if you don't have Sigma around.
Yeah, he's all right.
Okay, he's all right.
All right, so looks like skip and tile room. Gonna go. So 3 keys. Here's the other thing about GT is it's a little bit trickier to navigate with only 3 keys because there's no keys in the pots, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know how many checks you can do.
Yeah. So
this we got 4, right? Oh no, looks like 5. Never mind.
3, okay. Yeah, maybe 3, maybe 5. Right. So all right. Zelga's pointed out earlier that if you just want to go beat Ganon, as in like just do the climb, you only need 2 keys. That being said, there are 8 total keys. If GT Small keys, right? The 4 that you find kind of out in the wild, and then the 4 that kind of shuffled in through the pots. So you need like 1 key to do Compass Chest. You need another 2 keys to get to like Rando Room, and Ice Armos. Yeah, like. And you need like another one to go to get Map Chest, right? So it's like suddenly, like for every kind of one thing you want to go do, or one like kind of section, you basically need 2 more keys. So like while there are a lot of keys,
Swamp. There's a Swamp key.
You're gonna spend a lot of keys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, both males are in GT.
Nice.
The other one was in the key pot on the right side. So I don't know if Will was able to check Lava Chest, like we didn't have his stream up for that. Is Muffins going to take the time to check Lava Chest?
So I'm going to assume that if Muffins is not going to check Lava Chest, that means that Will has already checked it, and there's nothing. I hope. Because otherwise, this would be a very good opportunity for Muffins to go check it.
Just a little arrow there under the pot. All right, so it looks like Muffins is going to go check it right now. So this could be good information.
Yeah. Or there's nothing here. Never mind. Muffins. There's maybe just muscle memory in.
There's Bombos. All right, so there's the 2 keys. So he wasn't able to check Rando Room. This is the unfortunate part. Is now he's not able to.
Rando Room is really that's
no Rando Room, no Ice Armos, no Bob's Chest, no big. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot of checks left here.
We can't. I mean, Nobly can go back to GT and do like conveyor Star Pits Pocky, like the pot after Compass Chest, and then get to Ice Armos. But I am worried about Rando Room if that's the case. Maybe Nobly will go do that.
Where are all the GT keys? Because it looks like only 5 for Will as well.
Do we? So what do we have left that's outside of GT that we haven't seen? Have we seen? I don't think we saw Green Pendant turn in. Maybe we've seen the Bombos tablets. Because with 3 Hyrule Castle small keys, you like the book is in Logic because it was on the key rats. So you could potentially see it there. Maybe we'll see some small keys this dungeon on top of GT that we haven't quite seen yet. But yeah, I mean, you also mentioned try to track down where all of the different keys are.
Yeah.
Trying to keep track of the logic for this stuff is like,
that's
okay.
Tough. And the harder keys are the ones like GT, because you're like, oh, I'm not going to need that for a while, right? So I don't need to rush a GT key. And it's like, make sure you remember or check your VOD or whatever, because they can come into play for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure like how, I guess like how people in general maybe keep track of their keys. for co-op. I know that some people have like a shared spreadsheet. Some people
Yeah.
have, I think, they do a shared like visual tracker. I think Codenames maybe has some sort of co-op option. But I mean, it's I guess just whatever works for your pair team. You know, definitely go with that. It's just however you can keep track of the information. Or some people just use their heads, right, and try to use their memory, which is by far the easiest and also the most error prone from personal experience. All right, we're closing in on some new checks on Nobly side. Obscure kind of following suit. Most people are kind of in the mountain TR GT area now because I think this is kind of where there's not much left, so we don't have.
Yeah.
So this is where we're at now.
The difference is Muffins has beaten both Swamp and Skullwoods, which
True.
Obscure did Skullwoods. So.
That was a vanilla GT small key on the mini helmet, by the way. Text box.
Yep.
Yep. I mean, it happens. It happens.
So we've seen a Swamp in Swamp, a TR in TR, and a GT in GT.
So far.
That was fun.
I wonder where these Skullwood small keys are too.
All right, Green Pendant wasn't anything.
Okay. We're gonna get some new checks on Will's side.
Where is Quake?
That's a great question. It's not an upstairs GT. What's this key?
There's
Swamp
another
Palace.
Swamp.
Big key too.
Skullwoods.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't want to see these big keys.
Is Nobly gonna have to come back up here?
Maybe. That's a great question. I mean, well, it kind of depends. If we don't need anything, it's go with Big Chest. Or that.
Well, there's a Swamp Small. Does he need that Swamp Small? He's got 4. That's enough.
If there's
right?
nothing on left side Swamp, then yeah, he's good. If there is something on left side Swamp, we might need that 6 Swamp key that is not in
another Skullwoods.
Oh, okay. All right, now they're just everywhere. Yeah, but this is well, okay. Obscure is going through left side GT, so we'll at least be able to get knowledge for noble boxes. But yeah, the fact that there's like so much stuff back here might make me a little bit worried.
We didn't see tile room from anyone yet either. Still,
you're right. We did not see tile room. All 4 people decided to not do that check.
All right, $20, $300, map.
Nothing.
You got your tile room, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what Will's hopefully doing. Again, use wrong bow.
We're still missing 2 castle tower keys. Those could be in Meyer though, right?
Yeah, that's very, very, very much true. Yeah, but we first gotta go find that Quake medallion. Where the heck is this Quake medallion? Is it a tile room? It could be left side Swamp. I think that was also mentioned before. Do we have keys for Swamp?
I don't know which MSU this is from Obscure, but it's really good. It sounds kind of Final Fantasy-esque.
Obscure is FF6.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nice. Okay, what is here? We don't have Hera Basement done either, right? No small key?
Do we have a key? Okay, it's not tile room.
Okay, so we have Skullwood's Big Chest. If this is Skullwood's Big Chest, that would really have throw a wrench into Nobly side.
So it looks like Nobly probably skipped out. He's gonna skip out on when to come back unless he needs that swamp key, right?
Yeah, exactly. Or the Skullwood's Big Key. Did we see Spike Chest, by the way?
Yeah. Did we see Spike Chest? Which chest?
Sorry, Spike Cave. That's what I meant. As maybe this is what Muffins is doing right now.
Maybe, I don't know. No, Muffins is going to GT.
Okay.
All Muffins left will have after GT is Meyer and Castle Tower. So
Okay.
Spike was a sword. Okay.
Yeah, with 4 keys, I don't think Nobly will do left side swamp with Shred Bomb Spooky. I think this is a great idea to just wait for Obscure to go to go do it with 5 keys. You don't gotta do any Bomb Spooky shenanigans or actions or anything like that. But I think until we go and find that quick medallion, that seems to be. Have we checked the second chest at Castle Tower? That's in Logic too, right?
Well, they've got 2 keys. There's not just chests. There's pots too, right? There's
oh right, yeah. So we can go find our archer friend.
Yeah.
He can have quick. Those are always great checks to go find. But I guess maybe this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I guess
mean,
with
Castle
Ganon
Tower
defeated?
sucks. I guess you could just mirror and do it right then, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. Let's see. Nobly didn't do it. I
Oh,
don't know.
well,
Maybe...
nobody's gonna try Bomb Spooky, dude. This is
Here we
awesome.
go.
Oh, I did not think that this was gonna happen. But okay, right. So this is the method that Telethar.
He did it, I think, right? Didn't I hear the click?
I don't think so. Well,
I'm looking Obscures. Yeah, never mind. That's why I heard it.
Okay. Okay, all right. Nobly gave it the old college try. Right. So what he was trying to do, I think this is the method that Telethar was promoting, was so you place 2 bombs on the same frame, like down, and then you kind of throw one off to the side, and then as long as you throw the second bomb on the same frame that the other bomb is exploding, that's kind of like your timer. And so as long as that bomb lands, it'll hit the switch. So that's something that you can kind of try and pause buffer. Some people are more consistent at it than others. But it's also sometimes, can be pretty difficult. As Nobly finds a small key to this dungeon, he's like, why did I try this? Let's just go back to left side swamp and do it now.
It's just so funny because obviously we're not using his audio, but Obscure hit the switch at the same time. It was kind of going off, and it tricked my brain into thinking like, oh, he got it. But no, that's wrong audio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is something, any type of key drop mode, if you have to go do left side swamp, again, being able to save a key is, like, really huge. Especially if you need to kind of explore left side swamp.
So who's ahead? Which team is ahead right now?
That's a good question. It's still hard to tell. Like, I think if nothing is in Skullwood's big chest, then maybe Nobly Obscure has an edge. But then again, like Muffins, like if you look at his tracker, right? The only thing, as you mentioned, he hasn't done is Meyer. So like he's ahead in dungeon count. So that's just like raw time that Nobly and Obscure still have to go and meet up for. So it's really hard to tell until that quick medallion and the last Castle Tower key shows up.
Was Bumper Ledge checked?
Let's go with yes, because I know that Will at least has done Graveyard Ledge, and so you wouldn't not check Bumper Ledge, right? Okay, I know that Nobly has done this earlier, and we'll probably see this more emphasized in at the Aga 1 fight, but because it's all dungeons, and this is part of the thing that I think Gem and Talithar really pushed for when doing like any type of AD modes, is that there because you have to beat all the Agas anyway, we don't need blue balls in order to slow us down, right? If you have to go do this fight anyway, we don't need 5 other blue balls to try and just basically pad our time, so they took it off.
Yeah, but isn't it just isn't the whole point that it's random? Like,
the whole regardless
point isn't everything about this game about being random?
I mean, well, right. So, but I think that they thought that just sitting around for waiting for blue balls to happen is not interesting.
But why? So why not just take it out of all of the modes?
Oh well, I mean, it's because like Aga, like you have to do Aga, but the other modes you don't necessarily know you have to do Aga, right? So then if you decide to do Aga for Dark World Access, then that's kind of like on you, right? So then any type of extra blue balls is somewhat, it kind of comes with the package.
All right, Skullwood's big chest.
Let's go with big chest. Let's see what this is. As we're, by the way, watching. This is also one of those things where, doing the Agatu fight, if you go in there earlier than your partner,
Oh, there's a castle tower
small
small on the left side.
Oh,
sorry.
on left side? Ooh, okay. We are gonna have to go back. We, by Will and Muffins, both to go back.
Oh, Hyrule Castle small. There's Zelda Cell. Have we seen Zelda Cell? There's no way.
We have
right?
seen, yeah, we saw
Okay.
Zelda Cell. Obscure at least did that. I don't know if Will and Muffins did that, but it was like all in the front of Escape was nothing.
So Castle Tower? Unless we've seen it and I just missed it.
No, we're still missing one key, I think. Is it this one?
Well, what if it's...
What's
What if you need the 3 keys to get Quake?
Yeah.
Out of the guard room to get the last one.
Dude.
To get the last Castle Tower key in Meyer.
Oh, you're describing half of my 80 KDB key drop.
Yeah, I feel like that's exactly what it is like whenever I play this mode. It's like, oh, Pyramid Fairy. We haven't seen Pyramid Fairy.
That's true. I forgot about Pyramid Fairy. That is a thing. Okay, looks like maybe Obscure is gonna go check.
Yeah, they've got mirror checks now, probably, that they haven't done.
Oh, true. That's true.
Okay, Bumper Ledge is dead.
It's true. They had a very late mirror. That's actually that was a good point.
Yeah.
They haven't done some of this overworld stuff. I don't think they've done Catfish either, for what it's worth.
Maybe? I think Nobling might have done it.
Okay.
But I could totally be wrong about that.
It's hard watching Force Grace. No, we've seen Catfish on Will's side at least. Obscure checked it. Okay, yeah, and it was just a hard piece. So like, I know there was nothing, but I don't know if that team had checked it. Did we check Ped, by the way?
Yeah, it was a bottle.
Oh no! Right, it can't. Oh, right, that's right. It also can't be Quake.
You know what's bad though is to Infinity Pgog has to go left side Swan.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so both
That's
of them.
really bad
well,
for them.
Will has 6 keys, so he'll probably do left side because it looks like they're still searching.
Oh,
for
he
stuff,
hasn't done it. He hasn't done that yet. Okay, I thought they.
Right, but Muffins will have to go back for it. Like
okay.
that's kind of the unfortunate part.
Pyramid Fairy has Quake.
We did it. No potential triple dipping of Castle Tower. We had to go in there for the hook shot, the first check.
Still need one more Castle Tower key, but it's got to be Meyer, right?
Yeah, I can't.
Not
imagine.
vanilla. Is it vanilla? We'll ask you vanilla.
Only in spoiler, where I'm happy to see a vanilla or semi-vanilla small key into this dungeon. In regular non-spoiler, I am very, very miffed to find that out. Okay, it looks like this was a very late Hyrule Castle check for Muffins and Will. We are gonna go and
I don't blame
we're gonna
them.
find
Hyrule
out.
Castle sucks.
Yeah, we're gonna find out if there is actually a vanilla small key. But I think either way, this is not gonna be good news for Muffins and Will because the third Castle Tower key that they don't know about, right, is in Left Side Swamp. So even if Muffins finds it here, he can't finish the dungeon. But I think that's a nice chest turn. Is this all we need though for C completion? We just looking for that castle. Last castle.
Okay, so
right?
the way he's I thought the way he was running it was he wasn't gonna check anything else, but he is. I guess he was just kind of hoping for the Godmire. All right, is he?
I guess is he maybe doing left side or right side first? I don't actually know what the correct way to route Meyer with N keys, like 2 keys, 3 keys, 4 keys. I'm always happy to see Fishbone though visited. This is one of the rooms that got opened up in key drop. Because like you see that the thing that Nobly failed to pick up was like that form palm quote unquote drop. That is also, another item location. So one of the nice things more like quality of life things that the door devs did was, so if it's like a pickable item like 3 bombs or like 10 arrows or something like that, they'll actually change it to a drop, so you don't actually have to have the fanfare with it, which is kind of nice. It saves a little bit of extra time, and especially like maybe it's not as noticeable in key drop modes, but if you play like pottery lottery or stuff like that, like the there could be a lot of time spent just on fanfare items. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's Quake for Will and the team, but again, they got to go back. They got to go back to Swamp.
Yeah, they have to go back to Swamp. We're gonna get a spike cape check, so Muffins will get his gold sword, looks like. Yeah, but this also makes a lot of sense for Will. Once he gets Quake, we're just gonna rush our highest density location, which is not Swamp. In this case, is going to be Mire. It is a little like unfortunate in that Will is the one going into Mire first. I mean, it makes sense because there are 8 new checks for them, and left side is left side's only 2 checks for left side Swamp is only 2 checks for Muffins. But like Will is the person potentially that has the best chance of getting left side Swamp, right?
Well, they both completed Swamp, so.
Oh, they both have Swamp done. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He froze when he was in.
Oh, right. Okay.
He froze when he was in Swamp, so he did complete it.
Is Muffins like going to do left side?
Muffins is going left side now, yeah.
Dude. I'm excited. We're doing Bobo's tablet. I am less excited. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Well, we're getting another Mire small key. This is a good opportunity, though, to go do left side. Oh, but it's just so much time,
It is, yeah.
Oh.
All right, so it's not.
Did we not find a Castle Tower key here so far?
Right side, there's GT small.
Oh, every small key, man, is just gonna be. Is this the Castle Tower?
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
check. No, I'm trying to think what else we have left.
So it looks like Nobly and Will are taking slightly different approaches to Mire. So like Nobly just went to do right side, and then beat the boss.
Well, yeah, the difference is Nobly's just 1 piece from go mode, and Will's 2. So there's a GT small.
All of these GT keys are now putting all of this stuff in GT and Logic.
The GT was empty, right? Completely empty?
GT had 2 Swamp small keys, I think, which I guess you need for Logic. But yeah, I don't think there was actually anything that was important in there.
All right, so Muffin's getting Quake, Obscure picking up Quake, and we're just looking for that last key.
We have not. No, Muffins I think went all the way to Castle Tower, right? I assume it wasn't there. Yeah, what else do we have left available to us if it's not in Mire? See, Muffins using the co-op knowledge. Not even picking up the heart container.
Yeah. What do we have left? We've seen all the big chests, right? Like, we still don't have Hera Small.
We do not have a Hera Small key, so we don't have Hera Basement. But we've seen Ice Palace big chest. You've seen Skull's big chest. Oh, and it is. There isn't the. What's what? Did we just miss this on Nobly's side, or did he just not do this?
He hasn't done it yet.
Oh, okay.
And there's the Hera Small.
Nice.
So I think it's safe to say they're ahead, right?
Yeah, Noble Foxes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and right now Will and Muffins has to go back to left side Swamp, which they both cleared, to go find their Swamp small key. I mean, they will eventually get shoehorned in because I don't think they have anything else left other than doing Tile Room for Hera Basement. But that means that it's going to be another trip into Swamp for both Will and Muffins. Versus like in this case, Nobly and Obscure are just going to go and like beat Mire and then climb Aga Tower.
Yeah. The hard part about this mode, right? I think this is just kind of any 80 keys mode, is when you get GT open. It kind of like, because it has so many checks, You kind of just tunnel vision it, right? It's like we'll skip everything else. Like teams could have done Pyramid Fairy way before GT. Well, yeah, because Ice and Desert were so they could have, but that's 2 checks over 20 whatever 8 or
yeah, yeah,
20,
no, exactly.
30 checks in GT. It's like you kind of I guess the thing is, instead of both going to GT, you split up the check. I don't know. It's tough. This is really tough. This is what makes 80 key type modes difficult, especially when in co-op.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Like it's one kind of like problem or challenge to try and split things up as much as you can, but you also have to be efficient, right? And then you also have to, again, make the decision for what you think is going to be the higher value for your team. GT, and especially in 80 KDB, like it's not only just like what 27 or or whatever 5 upstairs, and then there's 22 in the basement. There's like 31 now, right? Because you have the 4 pots, so it's even higher value. Versus going back to Left Side Swamp for that's what like 2-3 minutes for 2 checks.
Yeah.
It is very difficult to be able to make that call.
I think Nobly and Obscure did the smart thing though, and did rush GT and leave those pendant dungeons till later, right? Like, and that ended up helping them because they were able to do Left Side Swamp after they got those keys in GT. So, rushing GT in that sense actually worked out pretty well for them.
So do you think that the mirror that was in TR, do you think that ultimately hurt Will and Muffins? It looks so good, but like that's what ultimately like opened up Swamp for them.
Yeah, I don't think it hurt, but I think the Swamp play hurt. I think not being in GT mode when they were not rushing GT as soon as they could rush GT, I feel like was probably their downfall more than the mirror.
Okay. Yeah, right, because I think at that point when they were...
Maybe they didn't have the information yet. I don't know. It's tough. Again, it's hard because, we're watching them, but there's so much going on that I don't know exactly what they were thinking.
Are you saying that potentially? Yeah, maybe potentially this can give higher value to maps. I know that some people refuse to pick up anything on the ground that looks like a roll of paper.
yeah.
But I don't get it. If GT is really so valuable in this mode, especially to be able to be in GT mode, that knowledge is really important, as opposed to, especially for Swamp, it's not really that easy. It's like, let's just duck my head into the dungeon to see if it's a pendant or crystal. That's like a minute of your time trying to get in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Noble Foxes realized they were in GT mode quicker than Will and Muffins. And maybe Will and Muffins realized it, but they were like, well, we can clear Swamp. And again, this is kind of the problem with, we can clear it, but we're going to leave a bunch of stuff, or leave like Left Side Swamp. I don't know. It's a give and take, because if there's nothing on Left Side Swamp and it's just GT, then I think Will and Muffins are probably in a better position. So I don't know. It's tough. It's tough.
And the mirror could have opened up more stuff for Will and Muffins as well. Right now, as we kind of seen, there was really not much that that was behind the mirror in terms of progression. So like, if let's say Quick were behind there, or maybe another Castle Tower key, or something else, right? This is like, okay, well then that would have led Will and Muffins to a better spot.
Nobly not even showing us what's in the last check.
No, Muffin's also a red pedestal. We could have just gotten a B friend. He had all the pendants.
Yeah, I think it's the last location for both of Will and Muffins there, going to Left Side Swamp now.
You can kind of see. Yeah, because they did Hera Basement. Did we ever pick up? Oh no, we did pick up the shovel. Okay, yeah. I don't think they have literally anything else left.
Wow, Nobly got really high up there.
This is a great picture. It's a nice Hall of Fame. You see, like the ears are kind of, aligned with the bottom of the torch.
I feel like whenever I do that, I'm stuck on the stairs and I just never get.
It does happen.
It's embarrassing.
All right. Well, that was Aga 1 down for Obscure. Nobly following suit shortly.
I think this is harder to piece together even than like co-op cross keys. I think.
Do you think that's true? Yeah, so I was gonna ask you about that because in co-op cross keys, like you have not as many keys as with regular keys handy, but you have so many entrances that you gotta like mark on your tracker and whatever. I don't know. Like, but do you think ADKDB is harder?
I think it's harder. I think the entrances aren't. I think keeping track, because it's like, yeah, you need to keep track of like X amount of entrances or whatever, but those are just one click, right? Like keeping track of like how many keys you need for each dungeon and the different locations that each of those keys are in, I think it's just a bit tougher. But we are going to get to phase 4 here from Obscure. It's going to be our first finisher. There it is. Get your GGs for Obscure Lifeform, former ALTTPR main tournament champion, being our first finish. Not only for this race, but the entire league season.
That's right. Did you get all your predictions in? It was Noble Boxes all along.
Yeah. GG's to Obscure. Nobly not too far behind here. And there it is. Yeah. Get your GGs in chat for Nobly and Noble Foxes upsetting the champs week 1. That's what makes this so much fun.
Yeah, that's right. You have big GGs to Nobly and Obscure. Very well played.
Let's see if we can get them, but we've got a lot of races coming up. This is just the start.
Yeah. Every league is 2 matches per teams lineup. So you will see another face-off between 2 Invitational and Noble Boxes for this particular week. But it looks like, though, with Obscure and Noble both finishing, Will and Muffins have said that they are also finished.
Yeah, understandable.
GGs. Yeah. All right, well, we are joined here by the winners of the whole league, Nobly and Obscure. GGs, guys. You didn't know that, right?
Oh, is this it? One and done. Thanks. See you next time.
Right.
You beat the champs, and that's what you get. You get the belt right from them.
Free pass to the finals.
Yeah, that's the. There it is. So we got Muffins in here. It looks like Will's about to join us as well. So GGs to both Nobly and Obscure and Will and Muffins. GGs, everyone.
Yeah, GGs, guys.
GGs.
This mode is hard to assess as far as where it diverted. Like Will and Muffins, you guys got the mirror a lot earlier than Nobly and Obscure, but the mirror didn't really give you anything, and then unfortunately it got you that swamp clear, which means you had to isolate left side swamp for that last small key. My first question would be GT mode. When did you guys realize that you were in GT mode, and did that play a part in how you cleared the dungeons that you cleared?
We definitely knew. We definitely recognized GT mode as soon as we found that desert big. So once we got
that was also bad because you guys had to go back to Turtle Rock for that, and the Nobly and Obscure were able to do Turtle Rock in one dip, so they put it off pretty late too. So
yeah, I was gonna say Muffins got in there with 4 TR smalls, and I came back to clean it up later. But we were pretty late to the desert big. So that was our GT mode, and at that point, it's like, well, we're missing a medallion for a pendant dungeon, and we're missing 2 small keys for CT. So, I mean, you feel like there's got to be something in GT, right?
Yeah, and just nothing.
Absolutely nothing. So that's the way this mode goes sometimes, Yeah,
there was baits and small key to swamp in.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you, Nobly and Obscure, what made you put off going to Turtle Rock as long as you did?
We just had other stuff to do, honestly.
Yeah.
It was on our mind, but we was like, let's try and get as many Turtle Rock keys as we can and then go there.
Yeah. That ended up working out since you guys were able to clear it and then get that desert big key, which then, again, once that would put you in GT mode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I think what actually saved us was that one TR key was in Eastern that gave us the Meyer Big, actually.
Mm.
Cause...
It's hard to remember when everyone got everything. This mode's pretty complicated to watch, but
yeah,
the TR small in Eastern was one of the first things I got because we root that in really early.
Yeah, so did we. But when I was gonna get that, I was like, well, we have both Eastern bigs, like both Eastern smalls, so I could do Vanilla Big Key that way and get the other one later. But that was when we were heading towards TR though. Like, we knew we had 3 keys, so we were just missing 1 key, I think. And I can't remember where that key was that put us into it. Oh yeah, it's the one in Desert. When we got the 4th key in Desert, that's when we wanted to go TR.
well, so let me ask you this: how did you guys just feel overall as things? I know it's hard to like look back almost 2 hours to tell how you were feeling when things were going early, but did everything feel good as you guys went through for both teams as you were going through the seed?
No.
Well, I think it went pretty well. We were just a bit nervous with the GT oopsie, like nobody going in with 4 keys.
Yeah.
And he had to skip like half of the basement, and it just ended up being nothing. So I was a bit worried about that, but otherwise I feel like there wasn't any real major issues from our side.
Yeah, I think for us, we were feeling pretty good for most of this. We never, like, up until we got to the last CT small hunt, we were never really in danger of last locating anything. We always kind of had somewhere good to go and something good to do, it felt like.
Yeah.
Seemed like we were making pretty good progress throughout. But yeah, the way that left side swamp worked out for us, that was going to be kind of a last location for us forever and ever. So
Yeah. Nobly, you attempted, I think you were the only one that we saw attempt the spooky, the bomb spooky setup for left side swamp. Is there anyone else familiar with that or know how to do that or had that in their mind?
Oh,
I know the setup. I know the setup. I've done it a few times in practice, but it's not something I'm going to go for in a race, I think. I probably, if it was on my mind, maybe I'd have gone one go, but just as Will was in Swamp, his internet died, and so I knew I was coming to Swamp, and I'm kind of talking to Will, like, all I heard was, "Oh, great," and then nothing. So I'm like, Will, what was it?
Oh, no.
Will, what was it?
and I heard that. I could hear him, but he couldn't hear me for about a good 5 or 10 seconds before I hit the full drop. So I was just sitting there like, look, there's a swamp, small, in diver, down, room.
That's tough. Like, this mode is,
Oh,
I mean,
no.
any co-op mode, it's tough when someone drops out. This mode especially is really, really hard.
I was just like, it had to be a Swamp small or the Desert big. I'm just going to beeline into Swamp and keep going, and hopefully he'll be back in enough time to tell me what he found.
Oh, so you guys
I was pulling up the phone to dial in on Discord there. So.
You guys went into Swamp with 3 keys then?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we were down to, that was by far the most dense place for items that we had left at that point. And we were just looking for that desert big at that point. So,
yeah, that made Swamps even more rough for you guys now.
Yeah.
I got there, I was after GT and had 4 keys, so I got 50 in the back. And,
Yeah, nice.
And Obscure found another Swamp small in Rando area in there. So
yeah,
I was
there
like,
were 2 on left side GT.
You know, I said to him, you will have to deal with left side swamp. I'll do bomb spooky if I need. I go buy bombs just to do bomb spooky if it's there. I'll give it like a couple of attempts, but my hand is cold because I'm in casket and it's cold to sit in Norway right now, unfortunately. But yeah, it was.
I heard casket, not cask. I'm really glad that you weren't only in a cask.
Yeah. I had surgery in my leg, so it's fine. It's working out.
Well, GG's to both teams. It looks like you guys have another race tomorrow, right?
That is correct.
So it's going to be Relkin this time in place of Muffins. And then Obscure and Nobly running it back. So gonna try to even it up there for To Infinity and Pgog, and Little Fox is gonna try to go 2-0 to start the season. How are you guys feeling about the season as we kick things off?
They're terrible now.
Yeah, I'll admit I was nervous coming into this. Like I've made it very clear to Will and to Relkin that I am very much a humbug 0.5, not a humbug 2.0, and so I at least feel like I'm holding my own at the minute. But hopefully we can pull off some more wins later.
I'm only excited about seeing many locked doors from Obscure indoors.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Well, GG's to you both, and thanks for the race today. We really appreciate it, and kicking off the season. Good luck to both teams as To Infinity Gog attempts to repeat, and Noble Fox's attempt to get their first title. Going to be fun.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys for
thanks
your
for
comms
comms.
and everyone else who contributed to the stream.
Yeah,
Thank you guys
exactly.
so much. It was so much fun watching this race. So I'm excited. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoy League.
Thanks.
All right, that's going to do it. We've got a bunch of races tomorrow. It looks like 3 races tomorrow. We've got Mindium was supposed to carry us versus. Go ahead, Clear Mouse. What's that name? Hyrule something or other?
Oh no. Yeah. Ryland's on this team, so maybe there's some version of German.
Versus Tito and Raylan Tankier.
Yeah,
Got
I
that
think
at
it's something
2
about
o'clock.
chickens. If
Okay,
you actually look at all their avatars, they're all chickens. So
That makes
maybe
sense.
this is chicken in German or something. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So that's 2 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. We've got To Infinity and Pgog and Noble Fox's game 2 tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern, and then 3 Off the Tee versus JKL LOL at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Late.
Hey,
We need
that's you,
signups.
dear.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Need signups. So if you're interested in commenting or tracking these races and want to see them on the Speed Gaming channels, we need volunteers. So make sure that you are doing that. Big shout out to our trackers today, Blue Link, and they just that's so much
Really
work
awkward.
to track these modes, and we really appreciate them and the work that they did. So make sure you show love there. Clear Mouse, always good to be doing comms with you. The best, and excited to do some more for this season.
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Fear, for doing the kickoff race here. And it was a blast. Really glad to have you back in commentary booth. And yes, and thank you so much to Blue Link and Mainwalker for tracking. I mean, their job was infinitely harder than ours.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. So big shouts to them. Yeah, GG's Muffins and Will and Nobly and Obscure again. And I think that's going to do it for the league today. But we'll see everyone as we kick things off the next 7 weeks. So
yeah, thanks. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.